What is going on?
What's going on, guys?
What's good, everyone? I'm your boy Mass,
And I'm Miggs,
and we are Woof Logik. This is Woof's Web,
our podcast.
and we are here to kind of thank you guys, man. It's been a really overwhelming week of just love and support, and it's all appreciated. But it's just been so fucking hard to keep up with everyone. But
It really is.
But I'd rather have that than no one at all. You know what I mean?
I'm on at the initial response, like the day of where we told everybody, oh, the announcements. I'm trying to respond to everybody, but then as the days kept on, I was like, damn it, I got to respond to something.
Yeah. So I think the announcement came around 12, and since then for like maybe 3-4 hours, even a little bit later, because the 3 to 4 hours in the beginning were just constant fucking getting back to people, getting back. And then there would be sprinkled people here and there throughout the rest of the night. And it was just like crazy. And then it just everything since then has been still like very supportive messages from everyone. And with that, you know, we're going to give you guys some exclusive merch. We got the design. We got the high quality shirts. So for those of you that are going to be paying for this shit, man, I promise you it's going to be worth it.
Or aren't they all paying for it?
Yeah. Well, that's what I mean. But anyway.
This ain't free, all right?
Yeah, man, this is
we wish it could be, though.
This is the high quality shit, man. And for sure, you know, I think we're going to make like 100 shirts. I was planning only 50, but there's like way too many people that want one. So
yeah, I mean, I think just from like the amount of people that said yes, and the amount of people that actually already hit me up, like, because they did not follow the directions of the IG post and hit me up personally.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, well, let me just get down your sizes. Then.
Yeah, I already got some people in my mind that are like, I know they're for sure not gonna fucking interact, but I know they want one. I know they're gonna want one.
Yeah.
So that's why I already have like 100 in mind. I would do more, but that's just gonna be expensive because the way like doing merch works is you got to order the shirts and then get the printing done. There are some one-stop shops, but I don't really generally like to work with those people because they kind of give you like some bunk ass quality.
Shout out to OG Woof Logik shirts.
Yeah, yeah, for real, man. Those things were fucked, man. The printing was bad, first of all.
Yeah.
So for those of you guys that don't know, we actually had Woof Logik shirts. They were long sleeves in 2015. Yeah, right. The end of 2015. And you know, it was just for like same thing, friends only. Those long sleeves, the black faded like after one wash. The printing would get fucking start like cracking. Even some of them came cracked a little bit.
Yeah.
So, but that's why since then, you know, I never wanted to get merch until we could afford the high quality stuff and until the time was right. But for this one, you know, I feel like we've met a certain market to where, you know, we can afford it. And, you know, we have the supporters for it. And now for this show, it's like perfect timing.
Yeah.
So for sure, going to give you guys that. We're going to have a couple flags made too. And I think we might even get stickers to throw out at our set. So hope you guys are ready for that. But yeah, man, there's more merch to come. You know, I would love to do it all, but like I said, that shit's expensive.
Yeah.
I actually already have another design for a future shirt. So I'm just ready to pump out the merch, man. There was a time in my life where I actually want to start a clothing brand.
Yeah, you mentioned that before.
Yeah. So that was in high school, though, which is a lot harder to do because obviously we don't have jobs.
No.
But I know on Amazon, actually, you know, if you guys didn't know, you can actually post images on Amazon and like they'll print it on a shirt for you, but they get like a cut out of it.
Yeah.
And what's called, I think it's like really, really cheap, though. That's the problem. It's like you're going to get the printing done, but it's going to be like $5 type of shit.
Damn.
Yeah. But yeah, that's still a cool avenue, man. I've actually always like been intrigued in the whole Amazon market, where being like a store yourself, you can like sell anything. And there's actually people that make it a business to, they just copy images from Walmart, like from merch or like not merch, but like, well, yeah, it's technically merch. But like, for example, you can get like a picture of like a bunk bed and post the same exact picture on Amazon and just sell it for like a little bit cheaper or something, or a little bit more. No, yeah, it's a little bit more. Because I don't know, the way it's hard to explain. I would have to watch back the video, but pretty much each purchase or each sale you make, you get like maybe like $5 out of it. And if you just do like maybe 10 of those a day, you make like $50 a day. But obviously with more experience, you make more money. You make more sales. But it's just different items you could put on your own store on Amazon, and that's how people make a living themselves. I know I had someone reach out to me. They wanted me to run their shit and do that for them, but it's just a risk, you know, like, because some days they're going to be slow, some days they're going to be fast paced, and I don't know. I never really imagined myself doing that, but I mean, hey, the options there nowadays. It's crazy. All these new ways to make money now. It's pretty nuts.
Yeah, it's not just there's no really just traditional 9 to 5s. There is really an avenue to make any kind of money. It's more about just finding it.
Yeah, man. I know some people they still thrive off of yard sales. Like there's this house down the street that like every Sunday it seems they have a yard sale, and even on I don't know if you've been down right here on Locust where the house with the lions.
Yeah,
they're always having yard sales too, man. And it's funny those fucking lion statues on people's gates. That's how you know a beaner lives there.
Yeah, they got bougie fashion, but it's just ugly.
Yeah, it's like outdated pretty much.
Yeah,
I have an aunt like that in Colton. They had the same thing. But it's kind of it's like nostalgic, honestly. It kind of brings you back to like those early 2000s because that was kind of like it was like high end looking, you know, if you did that back then. It reminds me of MGM too. I remember like I think we stayed at the MGM resort one time. We got like a big ass suite. There's like fucking 4 families in one big ass suite.
Damn.
And I think, man, it's such a vivid memory, but it was like me and like a bunch of my little ass cousins. We're probably like 5 years old and under, and we're just in the fucking jacuzzi tub. Little do we know, freaking people are probably in there, you know.
I'm getting clapping cheeks,
but
breaking backs.
But yeah, man, that's when MGM was fucking crazy, dude. It was like that was like the main movie studios, and now MGM they own like half of the fucking strip.
Yeah,
it's MGM and Caesars, I think.
Yeah, they own one because even like you can go to like half these casinos and they'll have like their like sports books in there. It's by like MGM or Caesars. And I'm like, that's crazy.
Yeah, so we need. Man, I really want a sports book out here, but that would cause some problems. No cat.
Yeah.
But I think Arizona just got theirs. I remember when we were out there, I seen like the banner on the new hotel they're building.
Yeah.
Like something about a sports book at the MGM too. So that's cool, man. I mean, sports betting is at all-time high right now.
It is.
There's a half-point special on Kyrie. I might go drop a little parlay. But it sucks, man. I hate how some of these apps, they give you like a $5 limit. I'm like, come on, man. At least give me $10.
Well, because they know, like, all right, let's hit on something.
Yeah, last week was pretty rough with the game 1 on the finals. It was like a 20-point blowout most of the game.
Because Kyrie was asleep.
Yeah, bro. Kyrie and who else? Fucking Luka. Yeah. Well, Luka's kind of hurt though. He's not 100%. He's having a problem with his knee. He still put up numbers, but it's not like Luka numbers, and he can't do everything himself.
Yeah, so. It was an off night. Like if they have like just like any regular night, they'll win. Like they can put up the points.
Yeah, I think they might give Boston one game. I mean, Mavericks one game, but the fucking Celtics, bro. Every player was just fucking hitting every three.
Yeah,
it didn't matter who it was. It was just fucking straight.
They were in their bag.
Yeah.
Sure.
What's it called? Even Drew Holiday, Jaylen Brown. Yeah, man, it's been a cool year of sports. I've actually learned a lot, especially with the players.
Yeah.
And teams. So it's pretty exciting. You know, I used to just be one dimensional, just straight NFL. Football. Yeah, straight football. Now I'm paying very close attention to NBA again. You know, I'm a fan of the Bulls, but you know we're pretty cheeks lately. And we're gonna trade. We're probably gonna get rid of how do you fucking pronounce his name? DeMar Rosen, I think. Yeah, some shit like that. It's hard to pronounce that fool's name, but we're probably gonna trade his ass too. So I don't know what the fuck Lonzo Ball ain't about to carry us.
Hell no, his knee's done.
Yeah, man, it's funny too because I don't know if you remember where Stephen A. Smith said his people were saying that fool wasn't gonna return soon, and then Lonzo Ball did like a video. He's like, "Who are your sources? Look, I could stand." Because he tried to say that he couldn't even walk.
Oh, dude,
he got up quick and started walking.
Did you see that Stephen A. video where he had like some like women's basketball player? I don't know if she was a current player, or, like a woman analyst, and basically she called him out, basically saying because like if you really were watching WNBA, you would have been like reporting on all this stuff like 3 years ago, and then like that caught him and Molly off guard, and he's like, wow, you really just said that. Then Molly had to go to break because they were low-key like over time, like by like 2 minutes.
Crazy. So he was being sexist?
No, he was capping and saying that he's been like supporting like women's basketball for like a while, and I just basically saying like this, that, but she had a point. Like I consume First Take, and I don't think I've ever seen them talk about women's basketball.
Yeah, no, definitely not. But then again, like lately with First Take, I just watch clips. So
Yeah.
It's not really ever like full on show, but yeah, you got to be capping if you're trying to say that you've been covering it. I mean, maybe you've been watching it, but you never talk about it.
Yeah.
So
That shit was funny though. He was like,
yeah, bro. The WNBA has been fucking thriving right now, and it's cool. You know, at least hopefully it could build into like a whole new reach where people like it's another sport to waste time on, or not waste time, to spend your time watching, because in between seasons of like maybe the NBA or the NFL, you know, you have that, because for the longest, you know, we've been trying to bring in the USFL and the XFL, and just to kind of like fill in the time in between seasons for the big leagues, but I feel like nothing has really worked. So maybe the WNBA will do its thing, but I don't know, man. I feel like there's a lot of inconsistency with WNBA. Aside from like the top players, it's like hella inconsistency.
Yeah.
From what I've noticed. So I don't know. I gotta start watching on that. I know the LA Sparks are cheeks though.
Yeah, the Sparks are cheeks, the Fever are cheeks, and I think the Sky the Sky is actually pretty decent. And I say these teams because they have like the 3 best players that got drafted this year: Cameron Brinks, Angel Reese.
I feel like she's my. I think she's my favorite player. Angel
I
Reese.
have too. She got that like I don't play that shit swag. Cause she's like everyone's talking about Caitlin Clark, which is fair, and valid, completely valid, because she is basically like one of the main reasons that, you know, everyone's even talking about the WNBA. But the other person is Angel Reese too, so I'm sure she's feeling some type of way about all this shit.
Yeah, because Caitlin Clark, like, you got to respect her gifts, but at the same time, man, I don't know, like, for someone her stature, you got to be a lot better than what she's putting out there.
Yeah, but I mean, at the end of the day, they are rookies though. Like, they are going into like all these women are professional basketball players.
Yeah, that's why, you know, I'm not really but then again,
I see the talent. Like, I see some highlights, and she's just banking threes. Like, she's like Curry. Like,
it just has to be more consistent. That's the thing, man. Because there's girls that are rookies and they're more consistent. I mean, you could give them the benefit of the doubt that they're on the better team, but, you know, I don't know.
Oh, there was that video from, I think, she wasn't from Chicago. I forget what team she was playing for, but she was like, "You're a bitch," and then just fucking knocks her. But then I'm like, I looked beforehand, and like there was no reason for her to even do that. That was just like, that was not even being.
It's just targeting, bro.
Yeah, that point, that one was targeted. And I'm like, all right, that shit was funny because you could literally see the mouth was like, "You're a bitch."
Yeah,
got her clean.
That's why, you know, I love that type of energy, man. That's what attracts people. You know, people love drama.
They love drama. They love storylines. You know, if they didn't have anything, like, it's just, you know, it's just regular basketball, and no one wants to watch regular basketball. Yeah.
You got to have those enforcers in the league, man. Like Draymond Green type of people.
Everyone loves watching Draymond Green because this fool, you know, he'll either put up 40 a night or he'll get ejected within the first 3 minutes.
Yeah, Draymond Green's the fucking Kanye West of the NBA.
Yeah, I love
that fool. You don't know what you're gonna get.
Him and low-key Kyrie for a minute when he was on with the Nets, but this fool was like peak like anti-vaxxer, anti-COVID guy, and I was like,
yep.
And that shit was funny.
And Antonio Brown, same thing, man. I don't know what's up with these athletes, but they're fucking cuckoo. Yeah. What's it called? So who would you rather have? Who would you have on your NBA team then, man?
Starting 5?
Yeah, starting 5, like
men and women, or
like current players, because I know people the easy answers are gonna be like the legends, but who in this day and age?
Starting center, the GOAT, the Joker, Jokic, man, that fool was just crazy. I was watching the finals last year, and just the way the man should not be moving that fast with the ball and passing it around like that. I think that's why they dominated the finals like so easy last night, because he was just like, and he has like no like ego either, so he'll just pass his ball whoever if when he's there.
You know what's crazy though? A lot of these players, they play multiple positions. They're not even just one.
Yeah,
position
that's the thing about the sport, the NBA sport now is like, you know,
they're hybrids.
They're hybrids. There's no one's just like a straight position player like that.
Yeah, it's very rare.
So it'd probably be him. You gotta give me Steph, man. I still love Steph. I hate the Warriors with a passion, but I love Steph, man. This will still put up threes and everything. Give me him. Give me Caruso. I know he ain't the greatest, but I just love his little swagger.
Caruso, which one's? Oh, the little white fool?
Yeah, I love his little ball swagger.
From the Bulls?
Yeah. I like him. I really like Anthony Edwards. I like his game a lot. He reminds me a lot of LeBron when he was young age, which is why people always talk he's like the next LeBron, but I'm like, all right, let's chill.
Well, they're actually comparing him to Michael Jordan.
I'm sorry, Michael Jordan. And I'm like, chill, bro. This fool,
he just started.
He just started. He's getting into his stride. So Oh, and then I guess my last one would probably be like either it's probably SGA. The fucking Clippers were dumb trading that fool.
It's all what's his name?
Gills Alexander.
Yeah, yeah. Fucking what's his face? How do you pronounce his name? I would take that for Victor Wembanyama.
Wembanyama, the alien. That fool was clean,
That
bro.
fool's fucking tall, man.
He's so good.
Yeah, I'd take him. I'll take Anthony Edwards too. I'd for sure. I'd probably take what's his fucking name, man? I really like Jaylen Brown, man. He's been so consistent. He's been
so good in these playoff series. He's been so good.
Yeah, I'd take Jaylen. And I feel like there's some fucking star players that didn't make the playoffs, but I'm trying to think of which ones they are.
Giannis didn't make it because he was hurt, so the Bucks didn't get playoffs.
I take Giannis though, bro. That fool's a fucking unit, man.
He is.
Giannis, and then
he's so good that the Bucks decided to pay his brother, who's buns, but they just want to make Giannis happy.
I know, bro. That's crazy. That fool was a diehard, man. He did which sponsorship did he turn down? Adidas? Because they wouldn't take his brother.
Yeah, so they went to either Nike or they went to some other like sports brand because they were like they didn't want to. They said they were gonna pay him, but they're gonna pay him later, and he was like, "Nah, I want the money now."
And then I take, honestly, bro, I'm gonna get a lot of shit, but I take LaMelo, man. That fool is a baller when he's really good. He's clean with the assists
when he's not running over people's foot.
So yeah, with those players, you gotta have like the speedster, the one that's slick with it, and then like he'll be assisting to all those fucking stars.
Yeah,
and you gotta know your role, and that's how teams like they do really good. It's the people that don't have an ego, or at least that fucking strong of an ego, and they're like just teammates. They work as a team. Like with the Celtics, what I saw the last game, bro, like they were fucking passing to anyone, and anyone was like, Jason Tatum even took a step back, didn't score the points, but with those rebounds and assists, like that's where he was coming in clutch.
Yeah,
I don't understand the slander on Jason Tatum, but that fool gets a lot, bro. It's crazy.
I think it's just because he's a Celtics, and the Celtics have been like they're just a hated team.
I did see a video though where everyone walked out of the tunnel and everyone high fived this girl except for him. Damn. Every single player high fived him except for him.
That's funny.
And you could see like he was trying so hard to avoid her. You're just like straight just tunnel vision. Nah, man. But fuck, I was gonna bring something up though. We were talking about the star players. Blah, blah, blah. Fuck it, whatever. What was I gonna say? I really want to go to a finals game, man. I've heard there's no better feeling than the game 7, like those types of environments. Even with this first game 1, bro, those Celtics fans are nuts, man. They were like hyping up anything. There would be like a loose ball, and everyone's like, ah. And like it would be any type of cheering for anything.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, if the Mavs really want a chance, they have to win this game tonight so they can split going back to Dallas. Because if they lose 0-2, and then
it's hard to come back.
It's hard to come back.
Yeah, man, it's gonna be tough for sure. What sport is after the NBA finals? Is it NFL already?
Because NFL is like September. We saw baseball.
Oh yeah, baseball's still kicking.
I think just baseball really. Like the summer. The summer's not really like a whole lot of like great leagues.
That's another thing with baseball though. Is I've kind of gotten like some knowledge in who's the good players and who's, you know what I mean. Like there's some good players on every team almost, it seems, but I feel like who are the weak ass teams? The Mets.
The Mets are terrible, and it's funny because they spent all this money. I think the Marlins. I think they're bad. I could be wrong. I know the Reds are.
The Reds are cheeks.
They
got that Dela Cruz fool. That was pretty good, but
the Rockies just they're so bad.
Oh, what was that one team that let go of the player and he was just like, oh, that team was trash?
Oh, I think it was the Mets.
The Mets, huh?
Yeah, it was the Mets because he got mad and he threw like his glove in the stand.
Yeah, and they let him go for that. And he was like, I was on the worst team of the league. That's funny, man. I don't understand those players that take those high ass contracts from the teams.
Pittsburgh, they were always but now that they brought up that one dude, Paul Skeens, they've been playing really good. I actually want to get me a Paul Skeens jersey because I'm not a Dodgers fan. I fucking hate the Dodgers. And I don't have nothing against the Dodgers. I just hate Dodger fans, which is why I hate the Dodgers. So, but I've always been like, I don't particularly have a baseball team because I don't watch it. But I do remember I found an old Pittsburgh Pirates sports card when I was a kid. I'm like, damn, that jersey looks cool. So I've always been a fan of their jerseys.
The what? The Pittsburgh?
Yeah, the black with the yellow pinstripes. I've always been a fan of that.
Yeah, those are cool. What's your favorite jersey then from the baseball?
It'd probably Pittsburgh.
Those Pittsburgh.
Yeah, Pittsburgh.
Let's see. I like the Marlins a lot. I ain't gonna lie.
The Marlins one's fire.
I don't know what it is with like Miami teams, but I love their uniforms. They got the clean colors.
Yeah, they're not afraid to be colorful.
Yeah, I love those.
I've always liked the
I like the Yankee stripes. It's kind of like nostalgic. That's kind of like the easy answer though.
Yeah, but I mean, if it's clean, it's clean. I like the Phillies. The Phillies has a cool uniform, and then the people gonna hate on me. I really like the Cleveland Indians jerseys, or they're Guardians now. But I like.
I was about to say they're not even Indians no more.
I know, but I liked it when they had the little dude with the cap. I mean, that was such a cool baseball cap,
bro. I don't know if you saw, but Utah Jazz, their new uniforms for next year is fucking clean.
Yeah, they have like retro vibes as fuck. I'm like,
yeah.
Which kind of gives me a hint on what their hockey team colors are going to be because they have the same owners. So I'm sure he's going to have some like uniformity. So
yeah, right now retro's in with every sports league.
Yeah,
like the NFL. But those Giants jerseys got to go, man.
Oh, they're so terrible.
Those things are fucking idiots.
Like, if anything, just get because the whole reason it looks ugly is because they're getting like different pieces from different times of the Giants life, but it doesn't. It all just looks like a mix mash of just random shit. And if they would have just picked one jersey, like one like uniform design from one year, it would have been a lot better.
Yeah. But I was gonna ask you that. I actually remember what I was gonna ask. What's your opinion on people on? Let's see how do I word this. You know how like people talk or how they bash others. Okay, let me see. You know, okay. So for example, the Niners and the Rams. So the Niners are from San Francisco, and then the Rams are from LA.
Yeah.
But out here in SoCal, there's a lot of fans that are Dodgers fans and Niners fans. But those that say like, Niners always say BLA or hashtag BLA, but yet they root for the Dodgers. Like, what's your opinion on that? Like, can you root for a team that's in a certain area and then root for a team that's in another area?
I think you can, but I think when those conversations pull up, you have to stay quiet. You can't just be like, you have no say, bro. Like you're literally a Niners fan and a Dodgers fan. You have no say.
That's why I don't say BLA. I say like fuck the Rams.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I'm not a Dodgers fan, but I always see a lot of hate on the Niners for that. It's like on Instagram comments, you're always going to see that. Are these the same fools that say BLA?
I mean, they're just hating because like of like the continued success. Obviously, they're like the best California team they've been for like years, and they have like a huge fan base. So a lot of times, it's the same reason why I hate the Dodgers because I hate Dodgers fans.
Yeah,
because of how fucking just dick riding they be. Like it's the same way why I hate the Dodgers. Why people don't like Niner fans.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah. The one thing I'll say is like the Niners. You know, well, out here in SoCal, we don't really have a football team before the Rams.
Yeah.
So that's when you're that deep into it, you got to stay loyal to your team. And if they picked the Niners before the Rams came out here, what are you gonna do? That's it's California. That's the closest thing to us. I mean, you could go
the Chargers.
You could go Chargers, but Chargers have always been cheeks.
Yeah.
Historically, you're going to get more Niners fans. And Chargers is actually a fairly new team. They're around, since the 80s, 90s?
Yeah.
90s, I think, huh? I don't think they're that old, the Chargers. But yeah, that's just one thing I was always interested in. Because I never really heard people's, opinions on that. I just see the slander. Fucking sports fans are ruthless.
They are, man.
I don't know if you watch YouTubers. They go to opposing teams' games and they just troll outside. They just straight troll.
No.
And they do it for reactions, obviously. But there's some fools that straight up get fucking mad. Like they're drunk, and sometimes they'll go over there and smack them in the fucking face. Like there's what's his name? Loaf. Have you ever heard of Loaf?
No, I don't think I have.
He's like some little I think he's mixed. He's like white and Asian. He's had a couple of videos like that. And then what's this other guy's name? He's like some white dude. He has like long blonde hair. But typically these guys, they go over there and just troll fans. Like I want to do that type of shit, but at the same time, man, I'm like I kind of hate that stuff. But it's fun to watch. You know what I mean? It's fun to watch people just start drama. But it's annoying, especially in the moment.
I always think that reminds me of that one video where some guy, it was like these two guys. One was wearing a Packers jersey and one was wearing a Vikings jersey. And oh look, there's a Bears fan. And they're about to go talk shit on him, and they turn around and it's a guy with Down syndrome. So they just they're just all they was like, hey man, it's cool. It's cool you're a Bears fan. That's fucking dope. They just felt so defeated.
Crazy. So what do you know the date we're going to the Dodgers game?
July 21st.
All right, July 21st, we're gonna be at the Dodgers game versus the Boston Red Sox.
Do you know if the Red Sox are good?
I think they're middle of the pack right now. I know they're not bad. They're historically, I think the Red Sox have always been good.
Yeah, I mean they won.
It's the White Sox that always been cheeks.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, I think it'll be a good game. It's gonna be game 4 of their series, I think.
I think so.
Yeah, because they always have every baseball team they play against each other like 3-4 times back to back.
Yeah.
But we're gonna be there. We're gonna be shooting some content, and me and my boy Miggs, we're gonna be some ignorant ass Red Sox fans for the night.
So if I get beat up by some angry Dodgers fans, I like even like they're like our homies in the group chat, like you know they're basically warning me like I don't give a fuck Dodger fans, man, they can stomp on my ass, I don't care, fuck Dodgers till I die.
Yeah, I think me and you are the only ones on the island.
That's fair.
The rest of those fools, they don't really care, but I think they're gonna be rooting for the Dodgers.
Yeah,
couldn't be me.
And it's funny. After that, I'm going on a week trip to Mexico.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, that very next weekend. I have a funny story to tell you.
Wait, a week or weekend?
Week. So it's that Sunday, and then I leave to Mexico that Thursday, and then come back Tuesday night.
So you're leaving Mexico Thursday and coming back Tuesday night?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Funny story about that. I literally got a call from Andrea in the morning. She basically telling me because she ordered her sister ordered the tickets for us off a secondary website called Cheap on Air, and apparently they had forgotten to like book the specific seats for their departing flight. So, we still have the seats, but we still like if we don't like get them booked, then there's a possibility we'll all get scattered, and we don't want that because we have her kid and everything, and so like. We're trying to, so the guy calls us, and at first we thought it was a scam because he sounded mad Indian and like, just real like scammy and just like weird off-putting. But he had like, it seemed like the guy was actually legit because he had like the flight number and confirmation, like he had all that information that you really wouldn't have unless like you actually work for them. But he was trying to scam us because like it costs like $6 to book like your specific seat.
60?
Six.
Oh, extra dollars?
Yeah, $6 extra to actually like pick your seats.
That's cheap, bro.
It is, but the guy was trying to charge us $114.
Oh, hell no.
And I'm like, what the fuck? And so then we're like, it was basically a back and forth, like, hold on. Because we really thought this fool was trying to scam us, which he is basically. And then eventually he was like, oh, the lowest I can do is like 80. I'm like, nah, we're good, bro. We'll just get these later. And he was like, all right, well, have fun in the trip, and hopefully you guys don't get scattered seats. And then he like just like real condescending. And so that after they hang up a phone call, they're trying to pick on like select the seats. It's like unavailable or error. Like basically, I don't know what this fool was doing, but he's basically like locking us out of like picking the seats for a departing flight. And like, this is fucking weird.
Yeah, that is weird.
And
I've never heard of that site either.
Neither have I. I usually just go like off Expedia or straight from like the actual flight line. But
honestly though, you guys should be fine, man. Like typically they do pair most of the time, or like at least half the time they'll pair people together. Yeah. But because it is 4 of you, maybe they will scatter like 1 or 2.
I mean, I don't mind. I've told them I'll stay in the back of the plane.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure they'll pair at least the kid, with an adult.
Yeah.
And if not, someone will be generous enough on the plane to swap for you.
Yeah, but I told her that's weird because like I've flown before, and that's never been like an issue that's ever come up to me. That's why I thought I was like maybe they are really trying to scam me. But like she gave me the number, and I'm like, oh yeah, it is from the actual the people that they got the tickets from. So I mean, I don't know, maybe, but they are. It seems like he was trying to take advantage of them.
Where are you guys going?
To Guanajuato. It's like this area of Mexico. It's where Chino Pacas is from, the Mexican artist. We're gonna be there for like a quinceañera and then some sightseeing and stuff.
Ooh, quinceañera in Mexico. I've never been to one of those.
I heard they're lit. Even like when I told my mom where I was going, like she was telling my mom, my auntie yesterday because we were at my brother's. She was all worried for me, and she's like, if there's a fight, like don't get in. I'm like. Oh, mom! Like, I'm not gonna be like fucking body start scrapping up with these random.
It's funny when your Mexican mom hears you're going to Mexico without them, they start all tripping.
Yeah, I'm like, you swear like we don't have any common sense.
I know, man. My mom be giving me the rundown. She'll be like, "Don't do this, don't do that, don't talk to no one's girl." Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, no shit, man. I don't even trust the fucking girls out there, man. You don't know which one of them's a guy.
Which one's a guy? Which one's just trying to get at you for papers? It's like it's a whole thing.
Yeah. But that's cool. That's cool. I wonder if they go all out like how they do out here.
I don't know. This will be my first because I've never technically been out to Mexico for like a celebration before. I've always just gone to see family and stuff.
Yeah.
So this would be a first for me.
That's cool. I'm gonna have to fucking have Kitty wake up early as fuck, shoot me a ride.
It's only for like 3 days.
Yeah, it's not bad. But that's in what the last week of July.
Yeah, basically the last week of July.
Orale, orale. Let's see what else we got coming up.
Lots of new Woof Logik music in the works for Nocturnal specifically. Well, not specifically, but we would like to unveil all this at Nocturnal. So
Yeah.
I'm fucking excited. Like and even I went over to Malik's on Friday. We started working on like on a little something that he threw the idea for me, and I it sounds fucking fire. Like he made a remix to our boy Dream song, which is a house song, and he showed it to me on Friday, and I'm like, I told him like I know Mike's gonna want to play it. This just sounds banging.
Yeah, it is banging. That shit slaps. But yeah, I'm excited, man. We're gonna be giving you guys a ton of unreleased, and it's cool to be stacking up on music too, man. Hopefully we send it out to some labels, and they take it on. Some big labels, I should say, and we'll see, man. Hopefully, everything's been doing good lately. We've been on the stride,
Yeah, we've just been counting our blessings.
So I'm really excited. Hopefully next year, it's just gonna be straight fucking booming.
Yeah, dude, did you see all the EDM drama about like people getting scammed again?
Who from shows?
Just like, specifically, like this is one girl that keeps scamming people out of like money and just like.
Bro, I don't understand that, man. You guys gotta already fucking learn this.
That's the argument, like, bro. Like you have like people are so desperate to go to these shows and festivals that they don't have the common sense to think like actually like who's gonna have that many people for a guest list and why are they gonna charge you that much?
Yeah, man. Stay away from talking to individuals. Like, just fucking buy your tickets from the sites or whatever.
Yeah, and if you don't, man, just take the L. Like the thing about these people, like festivals and DJs, like they always come around. Yeah, you don't see them this time, but you might see them in a month or two. They always just come around.
One thing I'll say is don't ever fucking buy your ticket online and send the money before you have the physical ticket.
Yeah,
that's number one. Number two is make your transaction in person, and once you do that, take a picture of their ID. If they don't want to do it, then that's how you know they're probably not down with it, or they're probably scamming. You don't want to take that risk.
Yeah.
Some people, they'll just say no just because like security reasons, and maybe they are like a real seller, but it's still not worth the risk.
No.
The times I've done it or requested that, they had no problem. And if you want to not waste each other's time, just confirm that you're going to take a picture of their ID beforehand. Like send them a message, be like, hey, are you cool with me doing this? And if they say yes, then cool. If they say no, then probably wasn't meant to be anyway.
Yeah. I mean, that's how you know, like, I'm not saying the scene's gone to shit, but there have been more scummy people that have gone into the scene. Because I remember when we got in, like, I used to buy secondhand tickets, no issue. I remember one time for Beyond, like, it got sold out. And I'm like, damn, I'm trying to buy my tickets. So I literally go on, like, I think it was called, like, the SoCal Ravers Facebook page where you buy and resell tickets.
Yeah.
And I literally was like, I have so-and-so much in cash. I need 2 Beyond GA tickets. If someone has this at me, I'll come right now and pick them up. And some guy hit me up. He was like, you live in Covina. I drove to Covina. It's like when they still have, like, the little, like, the placard pack passes. So he gave me those 2, gave him the cash. Boom, easy.
Yeah, another thing is I've seen is so a lot of these event pages on Instagram, they'll leave comments saying, "Oh, DM me if you need a ticket. I got a ticket, whatever." And then also there's people that'll like leave comments on a Instagram post, and you'll see the same person messaging or replying to every single comment. It's either a bot or it's just someone that's just on it, like a scammer that's just on it. And a lot of times they're saying, "Oh, I got it for this price," or like, "Oh, hit me up, I got a ticket." If you go on their account and they have like barely any posts, or those posts look like they're not even into EDM at all, like it's probably a scammer. I've seen that shit so many times.
Yeah.
But yeah, keep an eye out for that. And just ask a billion questions, because a lot of times these guys don't know what to say. They're just trying to get rid of that ticket or the fake ticket.
Yeah.
And like I said, don't send any money unless you have the thing in hand. A lot of these people, they make fake barcodes and stuff like that, or sometimes they'll sell the wristband and then cancel that wristband or say that they lost it. So, what was I gonna say? Yeah, it's usually those desperate people that they're just trying to make that sell. There's, it doesn't matter what the price is. They're trying to get that money out of you. So yeah, I've noticed a lot of that shit, man. It's pretty. It just sucks, man. There's just so many people killing the scene and shit.
Yeah.
And that reminds me though that we do have a lot of newbies out here, and I don't know if you saw that the day trip post that they had to like explain their headliners,
Really?
announcement. Yeah, because so Insomniac, they call their attendees headliners just to
Yeah.
make you feel special and all that, And I think Day Trip, they must have said something about like selling out and like headliners not being able to make it. And a lot of these people were like, "Oh, what the heck? Headliners are pulling out of the show," but really it's just they're talking about you guys.
Wow,
Yeah, they're talking about you guys, bro. So a lot of people were posting on X saying like, oh, that's how you know the scene's gone to shit. You know, a lot of these TikTokers don't even know what headliners means to Insomniac.
Yeah,
Because only Insomniac calls us that. So it's just funny, man.
that's crazy. Who would have thought?
I know, right? You know, but I mean, I don't know. It's hard to tell whether it's a good thing yet or a bad thing. The fact that we've gotten this much attention, it is a good thing in the sense that the EDM industry is just booming and there's money to be made.
Yeah.
But at the same time, there needs to be a balance of like people actually like in being invested in the scene and like learning the I don't know, the vocabulary, and then learning the energy, learning the whole like culture of it all.
Yeah.
Because that's the only way we're gonna keep continuing, you know, the true rave culture is if you keep like teaching the next gen. And I feel like that's probably just not what's been happening. You know, there's been a lackluster of it, and I feel like EDM podcasts is a good way to kind of like spread knowledge or spread you know energy, because the more EDM based podcasts, the more like I don't know, the more the EDM, what am I trying to say here? The more that EDM culture is just being spread, you know.
Yeah.
You're learning Plur again because that's what's been lost. That's for sure. You're gonna learn pretty much just I don't know, just fucking being nice to people, you know, not judging, because that is one thing that we've been known for is just not judging. But you know, the more that people that don't know about this shit that come, the more it's gonna be just fucking bad energy all around.
Yeah.
Because that shit happens, man. You go out here and you just see like people like being so close-minded, not willing to just fucking talk to the person to the left or right of them.
Yeah.
And you know, that's the one thing we miss for sure. Because bro, there's been times 2015, you know, we'll just be in the crowd, just going, maybe like following a train, and you'll have a group here just fucking vibing out, just like welcoming, and then you'll get a group, another group right here. But now you go through, it's just people like just fucking rolling balls
or mad dogging
you, and just, like, or trying to like hold you from cutting through and shit.
Yeah, and I'm like, nah, man, it's cool. I understand, but be nicer about it.
Yeah, be nicer about it, man. Or like maybe just redirect and be like, oh, go around this way.
Yeah.
But yeah, it sucks. But hey, Spring Awakening still a thing?
Is that the one that's in like Georgia or like down south, right?
No, it's Chicago.
Oh, damn. You know what? No, I don't think I've seen a lineup in a while. I think the most recent one I saw was maybe like a year or two ago, but I haven't seen any lineup announcements for that.
And then Electric Zoo is still a thing, right?
Yeah.
I remember last year though they had like problems.
Yeah, it was like a whole shit show.
Yeah, man. Imaginary canceled this year.
Yeah.
Man, that does suck to see too though. Is like a bunch of these companies are just not willing to like stand up anymore. You know, I feel like since COVID happened, a lot of these companies, you know, they lost a shit ton of money. They had to like go pretty much like they're not willing to throw events anymore.
Yeah.
Because we still have what's that Toxic Summer? No, the other one. What's the other one? Toxic Summer, the Vital Events one. Wobbleland. I think they use a smaller venue now because remember it used to be like a whole ass fucking stadium.
Yeah, they had the Bill Graham one.
Yeah, and no. It was it Bill Graham? Oh yeah, it was. And then OMFG or the LED.
Oh yeah.
I feel like they downscaled a lot, man. Like a lot of
the ones that did Life in Color, right?
No. Life in Color was its own brand.
Its own brand.
Yeah, they would do it in every state, like little tours.
Yeah, man, I miss Life in Color.
Yeah, there used to be a shit ton of companies that would have their own events, and they just, at least from afar, they seem big because, you know, flyers make it look like all nice and shit.
Yeah.
I've never been to all of them, so I can't really say like they held up to that standard. But for sure, I've noticed a lot of event companies, they've had to like downsize in their venues and just like artists in general, you know. So it does suck to see that you know, it's kind of happening before your very own eyes. But, you know, I mean, hopefully new companies pop out of nowhere, you know?
Yeah.
Because I've always seen those imaginary lineups, and I've always like loved the versatility. You know, they would have fucking Yin Yang Twins and shit. The Lil Jon.
Yeah.
They, you know, but
I used to think Imaginary was like a fake lineup because it just look. Because I never really glanced at it. It just and I always like get like ads for it. So I'm like, man, what is this? And I actually like took a real good look at it. I'm like, oh, this is a real festival. And I'm like, damn.
Yeah, those lineups were fucking huge too, man.
Yeah.
And it would be at a speedway, Georgia Speedway, Atlanta, Georgia Speedway.
I think so.
Yeah. But one thing that is cool though about EDM just getting spread more out and bigger is that there's new markets in states that you wouldn't even think of now. So like for example, South Carolina, bro, they have like actual like EDM scene. So it's cool to see like each state, maybe even each city, like major city,
Yeah.
like having like its own little market. Sometimes it is trippy when you see someone's like tour lineup, and you see like a random ass spot that you wouldn't even think of, like fucking Mississippi or something. You know what I mean? Like Missouri.
Not facts.
So that is one thing that's helping the EDM industry staying afloat. Is just the fact that like so many cities are popping up now, or like venues that are able to withhold capacities like that.
Yeah.
That's very important. Especially like even Hawaii, bro, they got shit out there, man.
Yeah, they got a scene in Hawaii. Like they always have like, it's not like crazy, but sometimes I see like people like big artists like have like, oh, there's like a show, like a big show.
Yeah.
And they get booked for one.
Yes, and then same thing like Albuquerque, New Mexico, and then you got like fucking Idaho even has some. You got fucking Kentucky. Yeah, man, it's cool, bro. So hopefully we start hitting those markets soon. I know it's kind of tough for like West Coast and East Coast to go from there to there, just because like how expensive ticket prices are. And that's the reason why like, a lot of DJs aren't really making much money is because you got to invest so much in like your ticket, your flight.
Yeah.
And, but fuck it, man. I mean, I hope we hit like other countries too, man. Like, even, I've actually been seeing a lot of bad shit about Brazil. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. There's been crazy stuff happening in Brazil. Like, and it sucks too, because you see like the people that are holding like, the people holding those events out there, they feel terrible and shit about like, artists coming in and then like having to deal with the problems like the gangs and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's sad because it's not the majority, but it's like it is a part of that.
Yeah, and then they got to ruin like the beautiful country and shit, like, or at least give like a bad rep.
Yeah.
But hopefully stuff like that starts to chill. And I know, what's his face? I'll Be Loud. How do you pronounce his name? I'll Be Loud.
Yeah.
He's holding it down for Mexico though, man. I really do love what I see that he's doing for like. I think he prioritizes like the hard dance music, because I've seen a lot of the headliners he books is like hard dance music. But it's cool, man. I feel like Mexicans out there, they love their hard style. They love like house music, techno.
They really love their dubstep.
Do they really?
Yeah.
That's the one genre I didn't think they loved.
Yeah, there's a huge dubstep scene out in Mexico.
Hell yeah, that's dope. Yeah, I can't wait to go play out there again, man. I know their energy is fucking sick, man.
Yeah.
A lot of these countries that don't get like consistent events, how we do out here, they go hard because they don't get it so frequently,
Yeah, so they're just there to have a blast and have a really good time.
Yeah, they really value those events that come by, and they for sure take advantage of it. And fuck, man, the alcohol out there is way cheaper, bro. Like,
considerably cheaper.
If you go to EDC Mexico, you're gonna be saving hella money, and you're gonna see like a ton of the same artists as you would out here. You get to go experience, like, pretty much discover new artists out there, because I think they typically host their own stage, or at least they put like their openers or the first half of the event with locals, and then like well-established locals, and just get to go discover new ones out there, because the producers, they're starting to branch out too, man. It's not even just the scene. It's just like producers all around the world, man. You're going to get some everywhere. They're starting to fucking get way more talented too.
Yeah.
They're getting more equipped to technology and resources, to where you're going to start getting fucking random ass artists just popping up out of nowhere and just blowing up. They're super talented, man. And that's why I'm excited, man. I'm really excited to, when we get when we get the chance to start pushing out people, like maybe start a label or whatever, I'm really excited to start, tapping into the Mexico scene for sure.
For sure, man. I love my Mexicanos.
Yeah, but what other like producers? Is there like a country where we're just fucking pushing out producers? I know obviously, Europeans, but is there like a random new country that's just been popping them out? Have you noticed?
It's all Europe, dude. Like, I mean, like specifically, the country that comes to mind for me is France. Like, a lot of
bro. And they're always fucking diehards for each other too.
Yeah, like everyone's cool with each other. They're all just dope as hell. Like, and they have like all different kinds of different artists, from like house to dubstep to techno. All these guys are all different, but they all
ride for each other and push each other and shit.
Yeah.
Shout out DJ Snake, man. He's been pushing out Trim. Wait, is it Trim?
It's Trim. Trim's from France. Samplifiers from France.
And Abstracts from France.
And
then
Dr. Ushu.
What happened to Mercer? Do you see him around still? I haven't really.
I don't think I
follow him,
dude.
so I haven't seen.
I don't think I've seen any music.
Yeah, Mercer is the only one.
Mala too, no?
Mala, I don't know. Maybe, I mean, I see him, but I don't see new music. I don't know if that's just me being like closed-minded or whatever, but I haven't really seen anything. And then who else you got? Azar. I don't know what happened. I feel like he kind of took a step back from the global stuff and kind of just kept demo. How do you say it? Domestic.
Yeah,
domestic. Yeah, I feel like he kind of just kept domestic, like intentionally. Some people do choose that route, man. They're overwhelmed by the touring life. And I'm not saying that's what he's doing, but some artists do prefer to just stay domestic rather than, nonstop touring around the world, because it's fucking hard on your body. It's hard on your mental.
It really is for everybody, and that's okay.
Yeah, because one thing I did realize, I don't know if I mentioned this, but on the plane back from Carolina, bro, I was like, damn, man, low-key, like, this shit does kind of suck when you're by yourself. But that's the beauty of a duo. You're going to have each other.
Yeah.
But, we'll see, man. We'll see how we tackle this, because that's the ongoing problem that's kind of like not really mentioned much, is the whole mental part of this whole lifestyle. This DJing shit is a job. It doesn't mean it's harder on you physically, but mentally it takes a toll, man. You got to pick your poison pretty much.
Yeah. You know what's funny? I actually was having the conversation just about this yesterday when I was at a gender reveal.
Yeah.
I was talking to Andrea's sister's boyfriend, and he was like a bodybuilder content creator, and he had really good following. He told me he got like from 700 to like 12K in like 3 months, and he was getting consistent like views and followings, and like he was already gonna get like brand ship deals and stuff like that. And then his Instagram account got hacked, but he did tell me like that was low-key a sign for him already to kind of slow down, because he said he was feeling like super burnt out on like pushing out the creative content, because he was just like he had a very similar like schedule like how we do. Like he'd work his 9 to 5, he'd go to the gym, record, like just be there for 2-3 hours, either actually lifting but also recording content, and then come home and edit it for 2 hours. And he was doing that daily, and then he also was feeling burnt out, and and it just happened. It was just crazy to me, because like it can happen in any industry, in any like business. Like if you just like the mental side of it, it really can come crashing down on you.
Yeah, bro. I remember seeing these fools, the YouTube creators. They were kind of getting some flack too, because they went on a podcast and they were talking about it like, oh, this is low-key like a job, or harder than a 9 to 5 job, which, I understand that because we make it ourselves. So I understand like the hard parts that come with it. A lot of people, they just see like, oh, just pull up a camera and just point at yourselves. But when you're doing everything on your own, like it really is that hard. And especially when you're actually trying to be like a business, like you have to do emails and reach out to sponsors and like make sales, make sure you're hitting those quotas.
Yeah.
And it's just like it's really tough, you're trying to balance, work life, family with the whole content creation shit. And a lot of time you see people going out and like recording themselves having fun, but it is a version of you, but enhancement version of you, and that's kind of draining within itself. And then having to just balance is really tough on people. A lot of people they struggle to master that. Especially myself, man, is just mastering that balance of just having time for yourself, having time for your family, having time for your work, having time for your entertainment. Like you can't do it all really, unless, I don't know. It's really hard to balance pretty much.
Yeah.
Because just life goes by so fast, the days go by so fast. But that's why you really got to have a team. You got to find people you trust, and that's the only way the engine will keep going smooth, because you can't do it all on your own. And some people, they do it on their own. And so that's why when people say, this is harder than a job, sometimes it can feel like that. Some days are harder than others for sure. And some days you don't do shit, which is obviously like a good thing, as long as it's like it's being productive, in the sense where something had been done to where you can relax this whole week. And also, you know, the build up to get to that point is hard.
Yeah.
It's pretty much you're doing double the work for like 5-10 years, so that you're setting yourself up for the other 5 to 10 years to kind of just take a seat back. You're still, you know, handling business, but you get to like kind of take a level of stress off you. But the problem is with these heavily driven people is even though they get the stress relief, they find something to add on to it so that you can, you know, to build a new level of stress, or you're pretty much adding layers to you.
Yeah.
And mastering it so that you can keep adding a new layer, so that way you get more money, more engagement, more everything, you know. And that's why, you know, it takes time. It's a slow burn, and some people they quit because it just becomes too much. Some people they have to, you know, take a reset and then just keep continuing what they're good at, and you know, pretty much to whatever helps you build a smooth routine. That's why for us, you know, we kind of, when we started Woof's Web, we're doing off the web, we're doing live streaming. And, you know, sometimes you really got to try those things to see what works and what is manageable within your short, you know, schedule. And, you know, whatever works, you know, keep it going. Whatever you feel like you can handle, keep it going. Whatever didn't work, you know, just keep it on hold for now, you know. And, but yeah, anyway, back to the YouTuber content creation shit. That's the thing, is just there's a never ending cycle of picking a new video idea, going out to do it, making sure all schedules align, and that's really hard, man. It's kind of like you're being a boss. You're starting your little business and you're being a boss of it. Like,
and especially in the instance with these foods, for example, because it's like what 15 of them. So
no, there's like 8 probably.
Like 8, but that's like there's a lot of people like to, you know, a lot of schedules have to align. A lot of people have to like commit, like a lot of commitments, and a lot of things can happen, especially with 8 people.
Yeah, and then when you're that level, you really have to be on your A game, because any little lackluster, someone's gonna call it out. You know, you're gonna have a large enough audience to where someone's gonna call it out, and then especially when you're that big, you have an audience of people that just want to watch to hate.
Yeah,
and so you got to make sure you're doing everything well, and even that's for all content creators, all entertainers. You always just gotta always deliver pretty much, especially at a certain standard. And so that's why it's really hard, you know. It's really hard to constantly come up with those good ideas. Yeah, man, there's a lot that comes to it, especially in the DJ world. Think about it, bro. If you're doing a tour, you either gotta do it yourself or hire someone to do it for you. Where what I mean is handling the logistics from like making sure this flight goes to this flight on time, or from point A to point B on time, and then right after your show, if you got to go to the next flight and then go on have a connection flight, and then make sure that gets you on time to get to the next show. And meanwhile, you're still having to land and go check in at your hotel, and then meanwhile you have to go do sound check, and then meanwhile you got to get a ride from point A to point B, like Ubers, Lyft, and then all while trying this. I don't know. It's just hard. It's just really hard and overwhelming to a lot of people. With like, you wouldn't understand it unless you're in that position.
It is. I mean, I don't know if you remember, like years ago. I think Keizo, remember he had like his first ever bus tour, and he ended up having to cancel it like midway because of like, I think it was like logistics, and I think it was also because he was also probably feeling burnt out. So he was like, yeah, I have to cancel this tour.
Yeah, and then all this touring while still trying to make music and still trying to release that shit, still talking to management, and still like making sure you're getting the artwork and video animations to get released with your song. Like, we always mention that shit, because it every little thing, it takes time, and every little thing is hard to pay for. And then not to mention your fucking diet. So while you're on tour, while you're doing music, while you're all that shit, while traveling, you got to make sure you're eating right, and you got to make sure you're keeping your fitness.
Yeah.
It's just hard, man. And then all while trying to communicate with your family and still make sure everyone's good. And that's why these people, they have mental breakdowns. That's why they got to cancel shows for their own mental.
Yeah, especially also because like guys are like super like most guys are super I won't say machisto, but they just, you know, we don't like saying like, oh, we need help, we're just feeling, we'll just tough it out, and then we just won't say nothing, and then eventually like your body literally physically starts to shut down on you.
Yeah, for me, I'm one of those guys where not that like I think like, oh, I can handle everything. But I try to handle everything, and I just hope that like I have my supporting cast they can be understanding of it, but sometimes sometimes it's hard to be willing to understand it, especially like when you've been doing it for so long. It's hard for them to. You're constantly pushing. You're constantly pushing your day ones to the side in hopes that they're gonna keep riding with you. But then like when it's never ending, that's the problem. It's just that's why you gotta always make that time to pretty much dedicate to them.
Yeah.
Because if you keep doing that, it's just that's when problems come. That's when it's starting to get not disrespectful, but like it's just like, all right, fool, like what are you doing? Why should we still be here type thing? But that's why, we really appreciate all of you that have always been there for us and continuing and understanding that, I know a lot of times we don't get to hang out with you guys, but it's for a reason. It's not like we're just fucking off. And yeah, I don't know. I guess that's probably a good spot to end it.
I think so.
You guys kind of got like insight of what touring artists deal with. We're not even that yet, bro. And we've already seen the fucking effects of some of these things.
Yeah.
Especially when you're riding in such a high of like, you feel like you're on top of the world, and then just to come back to reality. And it's crazy, man. I had a moment where like I was just like, everything felt so good, but then like I couldn't realize like I'm still a fucking normal person. Like we doing the whole announcement shit and getting all the love from everyone. I'm like, yeah, but one day it could be all this, and then the next day it's just it just plateaus
for sure.
It's
like that day, I had like a huge boost of serotonin, just like just happy feelings, and then. As the day goes by, I was like, it was just back to normal. I was like, it was not whatever's, but it kind of is whatever's. Where it's like, okay, I still gotta go to work. I still gotta go do shit.
Yeah, and then you're just still grocery shopping like normal. Still gotta do all this and that. Still dealing with like fucking finances. It's crazy. It's crazy, but I'm ready for this shit. This is what we work for. So fuck it. Whatever happens, happens. You only live life once.
YOLO. As a great Drake once said.
All right, then we're going to go ahead and end it there. And we hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure you go like, comment, share, subscribe.
Please.
And go buy your tickets. I'll put the link in the description.
Oh, yeah. A new Maple Alley video just dropped last week. We're going to have a new one coming up, I think, this week too as well.
Yes, sir. This week. We're going to probably give you one every week from now on, if not every other week.
Yeah, we're also going to be working with some really cool homies in the coming weeks too. So get ready for that video whenever that comes out.
Hell yeah. So we hope you guys enjoy everything we're giving y'all. And yeah, I love you guys. See you guys next week. Peace.